And now we're heading off here in the tournament, heading into Cornelia. Papa here is opting to do his config menu a little bit early, and you're going to see both of them buying a hammer here so that we can do some equipment glitching for some items. Taking advantage of the memory cursor option, which allows it to maintain where your cursor last was on every character in the menus in battle and in the equipping, which allows us to tap L or R on the character switch on the same frame that we hit confirm, which actually allows us to be in a glitched state where we can equip some items that we don't have already in our possession. So our runners just drop some Knight's armors on the glove slot on all of our characters, and then an extra one on the warrior. It's going to be swapped for its clothing that we can sell pretty shortly on for 18,000 gil. This run has a pretty heavy element of RNG and random encounters on this run. And, you know, they've both got a nice little pack of 4 goblins here on their way up to the castle that we're going to be heading to first for our first boss fight. These two combatants here are from the Earthquake group. Actually watched one of Holy's races last night, but I have yet to watch Papa in a race, so I'm excited to see someone new that I haven't seen yet. So you're going to see Holy here. He's grabbing his leather cap, and this is going to allow him to glitch on some judgment staffs, which are really, really nice early on in the run. Using some physical attacks here on Garland for Papa. Does nice short work of Garland. Pretty good fight here for him. Holy, on the other hand, getting hit by a golem counter, and he's going to have to make his way over a little bit slower. Unfortunately, just a little bit of randomness here in the encounters that they've been getting hit with. Papa with a really nice Garland time, though. Anything under 3 minutes is actually pretty good, especially in a race setting, so really nice time for Papa. Holy looks like he's going to be coming by with a right around a 3 and some change. Yeah, just a casual double crit. No biggie on Garland, really, you know? The fight takes on average 4 normal attacks, but with some crits you can take that down to 2 or 3. Alright, Papa's making over to a nice little cutscene here. You can actually get hit with an encounter on the way to the bridge, which is really, really obnoxious, but he made it unscathed, which is really nice. And you can just mash through this cutscene, and it ends relatively quickly. Papa's been having some pretty nice world map luck so far. HolySmith is looking a little bit more on the typical side, right around an average world map travel. But we'll see what happens here for him. And Papa's getting into an encounter, and HolySmith also makes it to the bridge without an encounter. So really nice for both the runners. Now, Papa's in Provoca, where he's going to be fighting the Pirates. Just dropping a defend with the Warrior and then Judgment Staff inputs for all the other 3 characters, and this will make short work of the Pirate group. It's quite a long animation, the flare animation, but obviously it is significantly faster than sitting through singular attacks for every single enemy that we got on that pack there. This is going to give Papa the ability to have the ship for the remainder of the run, which will be used for quite a while. HolySmith's entering his Provoca Pirates fight, and Papa's going to be going down to the shop and doing a little bit of shopping for himself. So Papa's going to be buying some potions, some ethers for MP, antidotes to cure any poison that he gets hit with, and some Phoenix down to res some characters that are, doubtlessly going to be KO'd along the way. Meanwhile, HolySmith's just behind, doing a little bit of menuing of his own, buying 61 potions, 41 ethers, 11 and 11 on the antidotes, and Phoenix downs. And then Papa makes it out to the ship, and he's going to be heading toward Elfheim. And HolySmith runs by little future Trunks there and is also making it to his boat. As you can see on Papa's screen, you can actually get some random encounters in the ocean as well. The Sahagins and Sahagin Chiefs are pretty obnoxious. The Sahagins and Big Eyes are also pretty annoying. But he had no problem running away from that first one. HolySmith getting hit with a little bit of a bigger group, a mob of 6 Sahagins, so hopefully he doesn't get terrorized too much. Papa over here is starting the wolf petting zoo. Woo! Holy is having a bunch of trouble with that fight. Sometimes if I get an encounter like that, if I don't get the flea on the first round, I might use the Judgment Staff and try to kill them all. It's a bit of a time loss, obviously, because of the animation, but a little bit less of a hassle than trying to flee when an encounter is being stubborn. Shoutouts to Poor Sight for that game knowledge. HolySmith's gonna pop in here and buy a little bit of the Golden Needle, which is gonna heal any kind of petrification they can be hit with. This really starts to become a big issue on Basement 3 of the Earth Cavern. I think both are actually accurate. Wolves are the Sahagins of the land, and the Sahagins are the wolves of the sea. But we're not starting a petting zoo of any Sahagins, unfortunately, because that sounds absolutely miserable for everyone involved. Papa adding 5 more to his zoo, by the way, over here with his Ward Wolves. Getting a little bit of variety. And he makes his way down to the first basement of Marsh Cave. Marsh Cave's usually a relatively friendly dungeon as far as encounters go, but it can troll you just like anywhere else in this entire game. But it's one of the few dungeons that expecting to get through with 1 or 0 encounters is really not that unreasonable. You see Papa's going to menu here, do a little potion just to make sure his black mage and white mage stay alive here for the XP from the Pisco Demon fight. This is a forced encounter on the block right before the chest that they're going to pick up with the crown in it. Just holding X to win, defend, and 3 Judgment Staff inputs so that you can try to get a quick Judgment Staff, wipe out the Piscos, and take the XP, and then grab the crown and head on out. HolySmith is shortly behind. Oh, and again, his world map luck has just been a little bit worse. Oh no, Papa stepped off and he's going to have to fight the Pisco Demons again. Unfortunately, again, it is a forced encounter on that square, so if you step off before you grab the item, you have to fight him again. A mistake that 100% of people that have run this game have done, I am positive. If they haven't, they just haven't run it long enough, and they will make it soon. Well, Papa's got the kill here now, and he's got the crown, and he is actually going to be super, super good on his levels. Even if Black Mage dies on Astos, shouldn't be difficult to recover if he fights 1 or 2 encounters on the world map now. But ultimately, we'd like to not see that have to be a contingency. But yeah, we got a nice high 5 there. Shout out to the HolySmith. Nice guy, Holy. Reaching his hand out for Papa on his way in. Only doing a heal here a little bit before he gets to the forced encounter with the Pisco Demons. Makes his way on up, gets the encounter, and hopefully his fight. He actually got 4, so that's actually pretty nice for XP. Again, to get that super important level 8 on the Black Mages if they're going to be buying spells on them. Although I remember watching Holy play recently, and I don't know that he might not actually be buying spells. So we'll see. Holy got quite a few encounters so far in his Marsh Cave. It's been a little bit less friendly than Papa's, but that's more or less been the story of the race so far. Papa's had a little bit nicer encounter luck, made one small little hiccup in having to fight the Piscos twice, but otherwise pisco clean run for him so far. This is actually a really good time to be entering Astos, considering that he did fight the Pisco Demons twice. Takes a safety save before Astos just in case anything wonky happens. Hopefully everything works out, and he gets the XP he needs. Quick kill. Astos, we're going to do a little combination of attacks. We're going to do physical attacks with our Thief and Warrior, and we're actually going to be using the Judgment Staff with just the Black Mage and White Mage. Really nice. Hits the White Mage for 1 damage, so he should be okay to clear out Astos here. And HolySmith, talking to the Fake King now, and he's going to be entering shortly after. Papa's Astos falls just as soon as the Astos fight begins for HolySmith, so a nice little grab up here. Nice fight for both runners, so they're going to be taking off, heading back towards Elfheim here, and then making their way up to everybody's favorite FF1 waifu, which is obviously Matoya. She's not quite Narek tier, but she's pretty close. Something about the dwarf that wants to use massive amounts of explosives inexplicably in a cave with complete disregard of the well-being of everyone else around just to create a canal is pretty sweet to me. So Papa's back in his ship. He's sailing up north. He's going to go up north past Cornelia, under the bridge that we had built earlier, and then north a little bit further and find a secret cave near the top north of the peninsula that is going to contain Matoya. And HolySmith has made it to Elfheim, and he is shortly behind him. We got another Sahagin party here for HolySmith, and everyone knows there ain't no party like a Sahagin party. He's trying to get a flea here. Hopefully he can get it on this one, and if not, alright, gets it with the Black Mage, really nice. Papafoiz on the other hand, heading up, he's almost to Matoya's cave. Still got a nice, a little bit of a cushion, but the race is still really, really close, which is really great to see. Alright, and there is Matoya, bumbling around, visionless. We're going to give the eye to Matoya, restoring her vision, and then she's going to reward us with a fantastic tonic, the Jolt tonic. HolySmith entering Matoya's cave, and now you can kind of see that they're going to high-five on their way in and out here. So we are one Matoya cutscene apart from one another. And now they're going to be heading to Elfheim with the Jolt tonic in hand to give it to the Elf Prince, who is bedridden and sick. So here's the Sahagin Big Eyes encounter. 3 Sahagins and 1 Big Eyes is one of the smaller packs of those that you can get, but still can be a pretty brutalizing encounter. So you see, failed to flee there that one time. Gaze can paralyze characters, as you see with the Black Mage that's downed. Meanwhile, Papa drops his Jolt tonic on the Prince, and we are rewarded with the Mystic Key. Very mystical and very key. Perfect reward, IMHO. And now he's gonna leave and come right back in and head up to these chests and grab some equipment and do another menu here, as HolySmith is making his way through the ocean to the Elfheim area himself. So he's going to be giving all 4 of his party members a series of Thief's Armlets, which are a fantastic accessory. And now it looks like Papa's going to be buying his spells now. He's going to get himself a Thundara for the Black Mage and a Fyra for the Black Mage, which will be useful in a couple of areas on the world map and in the dungeons, starting with really the Sunken Shrine, not the Shrunken Shrine. Now HolySmith's doing his Thief's Armlet glitches here. Papa's making his way around Castle Cornelia here. He's going to be grabbing the nitro powder, which he's going to give to the greatest NPC in franchise history, Narek the Dwarf. HolySmith had a pretty nice travel on the way up. Get another high five here on the way in and out of Cornelia Castle. Papa's going to be heading back to his ship while HolySmith goes to grab his nitro powder. They're going to be making their way southwest here to another cave. This game's just chock full of caves. And this is for Mount Dwergar, where we're going to meet Narek, the legendary dwarf, who really wants to get his hands on that nitro powder so he can create his canal. This is one of the most legendary Final Fantasy I FMVs that has ever been considered. Just watch this right here. This is out of this world good. Look, just look at that. Fantastic animation style. And what's better? Hey, sounds nice, make it twice. Splash gets a 10 out of 10 on its own. Gonna be making their way back to the boats now, and gonna go through that, make use of the canal that they just had Narek make for them with the nitro powder, making it to the next town, a little bit west of here, which is called Melmond. You see Papa's going to be buying some steel gloves. This is going to allow him to glitch some of the most powerful weapons in the game, the Barbarian Sword, onto the Thief and the Warrior. So he's going to take the Barbarian Sword there and put it on both of them. And then he's going to give his White Mage and Black Mage some Sage, or his Black Mage rather, a Sage Staff. Really nice menu there from HolySmith. Now our runners are about neck and neck. So now HolySmith's actually overtaken Papa by a little bit there on that overworld. Had a little bit better fortune after he had that pretty slick menuing in Melman. He's about a floor ahead of Papa now, heading into the Cavern of Earth. Oh, when he gets hit, Papa's warg farm just hit him with an ambush. So doing good work for my boy Papa here. Got a poison he's gonna have to take care of as Papa's making his way down through the second floor. Looks like Holy's going to opt to drop a Judgment Staff use here. He's having a little bit of trouble with the encounter, not really cooperating, so he's going to just obliterate it. Oh, it's the Mage Staff, my fault. I forgot he's got more options now. A little bit quicker of an animation than the Judgment Staff. Papa's now hit basement 3 with HolySmith just behind. He's going to use an Ether on his Black Mage, so if he runs into those pesky Pisco demons, then he can use Thundara with no problem at all. He's also going to take a safety save just in case of some Petrifies or a nasty ambush. The Pisca Demons are the only unrunnable that you can hit on this floor. The Cockatrices here that you see on Papa, these are the enemies that have the opportunity of really just like peppering you with petrification. HolySmith makes it to his vampire. Papa's made it to his vampire fight now. Hopefully it goes as smoothly. Unfortunately, HolySmith got an encounter on the square that he picks up the Star Ruby, so what lead he had is just now more or less dissipated quite a bit, and our runners are almost dead even again. Because he only got 2 Pisco Demons here, he's just going to use the Barbarian Swords to attack them. Animation's a little bit quicker, menuing's a little bit quicker, so well done for HolySmith. Gets out of the encounter pretty safe. They're both done with Vampire already now. HolySmith's just about to exit the cave, and Papa is still making his way through the second floor, so he's got one more floor. Back on the world map for HolySmith. He's going to be making his way up north, back across that land bridge that we crossed earlier, but this time he's going to head west. Papa's having some pretty rough luck on the encounters on the way out of Cavern of Earth, but case in point. But now HolySmith gets hit with one right before he is able to drop his ruby off with the rock giant here. And Papa makes it out, and he's going to be making his way north across the land bridge as well. Nothing tastier than rubies. Couldn't have said it better myself. Nice preemptive over here for Papa, so he's going to be able to get a quick flee here and then make it into the cave. And HolySmith's heading down south because he needs to get an item that's going to allow him to get to the 4th floor of the basement in Cavern of Earth and then approach the Lich, the first major boss of the run. So now HolySmith's got his Earth Rod. Papa's making his way through the Giant's Cave. Gets hit with the Lesser Tiger here. Could be worse. Could be, you know, the least of tigers or something. So hopefully he doesn't have too much trouble and gets out. Now he's going to be going through the same path that we just saw HolySmith go through. No encounters back through the Giant's Cave that time for Holy. Papa's heading up. He's going to get his Earth Rod. Papa's heading back into the Giant's Cave. HolySmith trying to hopefully looking to extend his lead a little bit. Had a pretty good visit the first time that he came to the Earth Cavern. Papa's wasn't as great encounter-wise, so hopefully they can both get through with some friendly encounterless floors. Apparently the Ogre Chiefs heard about the Star Ruby that HolySmith hooked up the Giant with because he's just been getting hounded by the Giants. Papa's now dropping into the basement too. So it looks like he may have caught up a little bit on that overworld travel. Oh, HolySmith getting trolled by the bats. I heard about the number that he did on the vampire earlier, and they're just not having any of it. Yeah, the bat is a shutdown defender. HolySmith making his way to Lich. This is actually kind of a scary fight. He may opt to take a safety save before going into the battle. Looks like he's gonna. Pretty smart move. I don't think this Holy has made any saves yet, so I think this is his first one. Hopefully he has a good Lich fight. Lich is able to cast a Blizzara, which is an attack that hits all of your party members and can wipe your party, which is absolutely awful. Meanwhile, Papa's gotten ambushed by the raids here. The raids are coming in hot. Meanwhile, HolySmith gets his first 2 attacks off. Ooh, a nice physical on the Black Mage. Really, really excellent fight. Perfect. Low HP for both of his Thief and his Warrior heading in to the Ice Cave. So this is really, really good setup for HolySmith right now. Papa, meanwhile, just got out of that Wraith ambush, and he's got to be catching up here. Papa getting hit by the trolls. Their names are, you know, pretty fitting for what they're doing to him right now. But he's making his way up basement 4. Not too far away from Lich, so hopefully he can get there relatively quickly. Oh, he just ran into the FIFA bat too. Oh man, they're just... FIFA bats are all over the place in this basement. But he makes it through for basement 5 with no encounters, except for the impeding that the bats were giving him. And Papa's going to take his safety save here as HolySmith's heading back towards Melmond. And Papa's about to be entering his Lich fight, so hopefully he has pretty good luck as well. Gets a nice hit from the Thief. Really, really nice fight there. Got a nice crit from the Thief, and then a solid damage roll from the Warrior. Takes it down before he even has a turn. Nice. Very nice fight. Meanwhile, HolySmith's heading west here. He's going to be making his way to Crescent Lake. But again, getting mobbed by the Sahagins. I think the Sahagins are the Sahagins of the sea. But I'm not sure. You might be surprised to know this piece of trivia, but they actually named Crescent Lake because it's a lake that is in the shape of a crescent moon. They could also have called it Croissant Lake because it's also in the shape of a croissant, but it is in fact a crescent lake. Which comes up later. It's actually Freya's last name in FF9 is Freya Crescent. So there's that. And she uses the Luna ability. Oh man, so much parody in the series, guys. Can't handle it. Gonna be doing a little bit of shopping here at both the armory and the weaponry here. Gonna be dropping some black garbs onto his party members here. HolySmith's going to be making his way over here to the canoe baron here. You would think that the canoe would be coming from the one that looks unlike the others, but unfortunately you have to basically guess the ones that all look the same, which one is the canoe baron. And now Papa's heading in. He's grabbing his armor, and now he's going to be grabbing his mithril axe, and he's going to be doing some menuing for himself. Getting some black garbs. I don't know if they're doing the holy rip, the lust dagger route or not. So I guess we'll see what Papa's doing here. Yeah, it looks like he's dropping some lust dagger action on us. Fantastic. HolySmith going up north here, and he's going to be heading off into his canoe. He's going to be sailing north and west, kind of around the edge here, and making his way downtown to the ground, to the ice cave. So now Papa's done his menus, got his lust daggers, got his black garbs. He's ready to go grab his canoe from that, I don't know, Nameless. Does he have a name? Nameless young lad? The Narek wannabe? Imagine just visiting a town, talking to a stranger, and then just being offered a canoe. Like, that just seems like kind of a peculiar transaction, but who am I to judge? In a place that is, as creative in its nomenclature as Crescent Lake, I guess there's, I'm not really one to, make any assumptions about the cultural differences between where I'm from and such a place. Over here on HolySmith, just entered the ice cave, and he's introduced us to one of the unrunnables. The Piscademons are back in action. The pesky Piscos rolling in. He's going to drop a nice AoE on them, kill all of them. Meanwhile, Papa's going to be rolling through with the canoe here, trying to catch up in the ice cave while HolySmith's making his way through the cavern. And he's going to be grabbing another important item, which is going to allow us to get our airship. Oh, Cockatrice ambush for Papa's here. Fortunately, he just did save, which is really, really smart in the ice cave. So hopefully if he has trouble, he can just do a quick reset. If you get an encounter this early, right after you save, it's actually not that bad to just do your soft reset and just take it, because the ambush is takes quite a bit of time already, but he gets out with a really nice quick flee there, so good job there. And now Holy is making his way down. Both his warrior and thief are already down, so he's good to go. And now we've got a massive party of Piscademons over here. HolySmith's taking a nice safety save. And he's going to be heading in to this next area where he's going to be grabbing his Levy Stone, which is also really, really, really creatively named. It is a stone that you trade for a ship that can levitate. The Levy Stone. Really, really great stuff. Big fan. They could have taken the easy route and just called it the airship voucher, but they went the extra mile on this one. He's also going to be farming some kills here on his black and white mages, trying to get them up to level 18 from these evil eyes, which is why these are the only two that we want left. And that's why it was nice that he left the Earth Cavern with really, really low HP on his other two members, the Warrior and the Thief. And you'll see him walking back and forth. This Evil Eye is a forced encounter on this square, like so many other encounters that we've encountered and will encounter for the rest of the run. And they give quite a bit of experience, so it's a really, really nice place to farm. Papa's here doing his farm too. So we're going to get quite a few high fives, actually. They're going to be like, you know, running into each other back and forth over and over again. It's great stuff, you know. Such camaraderie only exists in the Final Fantasy Total Chaos 4 PSP any percent tournament. I am 100% positive of that. HolySmith needs one more level on his character, so 1 or 2 more fights at most, I imagine. Yeah, looks like he's gonna need 1 more. I didn't catch Papa's levels yet. So HolySmith is done. He's gonna drop a Phoenix down on his thief for extra fleeing. And then he's gonna be making his way on out of this joint. Or he's going to be fighting another one. You know, you never know. 1 more for the road. Yeah, Papa needs 1 more level. So probably 2 fights behind. Looks like he's bouncing with level 17s. Oh, a white dragon from HolySmith. Fortunately, it's on its own. You can run from these, but if you get ambushed, they can be quite hazardous. Papa's now actually exited before HolySmith, but he is only level 17 on his mages. Meanwhile, HolySmith dropping his Judgment Staff on the pesky Piscanines. And now HolySmith makes it out of the Ice Cave as well. Gonna get back in the ship, and they're gonna be heading south, and they're gonna be using their Levy Stone to swap for the airship, and this will be all she wrote for the ship. Normal vanilla ship, water ship, plane ship. Papa entering the desert here. We're gonna grab, drop his Levy Stone and get the airship. HolySmith is just a few tiles behind, entering the desert, the Ryukon Desert. Papa's going to be flying south here, looking for this one lone spot. Actually parked a little bit further. That spot that he's on now, you can actually park on. So he took a couple extra spaces to walk through. HolySmith heading south. He's moving over 1 to the left. There it is. And they're going to be heading through the desert to the west and to the Citadel of Trials. HolySmith enters the Citadel of Trials here. He's going to be speaking to this other Narek wannabe, and also the guy that looks like the guy that gave him the canoe for, you know, I don't really know what reason. And they're going to be making their way through. There are a couple of trolley encounters you can get here as well. The traversing the Citadel in its fastest way is actually not particularly difficult. If you just note that anytime there are multiple, there are 2 of them that you can choose from. If you pick the one that is lower on the screen, that is the one that you want to be heading into. Otherwise, just pick the only one, and you're set. It's fantastic. Papa here's got one of the unrunables. It's a Minotaur zombie. A little bit of a troll encounter. And HolySmith's going to be getting a fixed encounter here pretty soon that he's going to have to fight on the way in and out, because it is a 1 square encounter here with the Nightmares. Just dropping normal attacks on them and making his way over to the chest. HolySmith getting his second Nightmare. Ooh, Papa with another Minotaur zombie encounter. So we're getting a little bit unlucky here. But, should be okay. HolySmith grabbing the gauntlets out of his chest here, and Papa grabbing the healing staff. Getting the rat's tail, which everyone knows is Bahamut's favorite treasure. He just collects them, you know, keeps them on his mantle, because he's a legend like that. Force Dragon zombie encounter here, which you're used to get to level 19 if you need to. Ooh, a Medusa ambush. This can be a little costly because they can use this gaze attack here, which you just saw hit the thief and cause petrification on. So hopefully, yep, gets away here nicely on that second round, fortunately. He's going to have to drop a gold needle on his thief, but no big deal. That's why he bought those. Nice safety. You can tell this game came out in the 80s originally, because I can't think of another time than the late 80s and early 90s when rat tails were actually acceptable for people to have. So I guess it kind of makes sense, honestly. Maybe Bahamut's just trying to put an end to it, you know? HolySmith flying over to the Bahamut's cave, the dragon calves here, and he's going to be giving the rat's tail to Bahamut and doing a little Pokemon 101 evolution, while Papa's making his way back east to his airship so he can do the same. Papa getting that really unfortunate encounter before getting into Dragon Caves. Another high five for our runners. There we go. Heading in and out of the caves. The friendship building here is just, bar none. Holy parking his airship down. He's moved down one more tile. And he's going to head up north here and into this invisible caravan in the desert, where he's going to buy a fairy in a bottle, because, of course. And some giant tonics that he might have to use on the final chaos fight. Meanwhile, Papa's getting his evolution going on. Speaking of rat's tails and Bahamut and people that probably had a rat tail in the 90s, Legend Porsyth in the chat now. Papa gets his evolution bounces out, and now HolySmith is going to take his fairy in the bottle and get the Oxyel, which is going to allow him to breathe underwater. Don't be ashamed of the rat tail, Dino. There's nothing to be ashamed of. I imagine you had it when they were still cool. Papa taking a little bit of a longer route on the desert, but I only gets one encounter, so not that big of a deal. Now he's gonna fly northwest as well. HolySmith heading up into the Mount Golg, which I believe they took the name from the best Final Fantasy, which is Final Fantasy IX, which, you know, obviously has a fantastic and memorable location, Mount Gulag. And I think that FF1 borrowed the name as a nice reference, and theme song even. You'll note that he's taking some steps on lava here. You know, the floor is lava is a fantastic game, and also a really nice way to avoid random encounters in this game, because you can't get them on the tiles of the lava. So you can really mitigate how many encounters you get in this dungeon by avoiding walking on as many rock tiles as possible. Of course, there is a bit of a catch-22. If you notice here, he just got one, and his characters have taken quite a bit of damage because of the lava tiles. So if you do get ambushed, it can prove fatal, unfortunately. Doesn't happen often, but it certainly has and can happen. Papa making his way into Mount Golg here now as well. And Holy's going to be dropping some potions on his party members here. And that way he can have some HP for the Merilith fight. Again, I guess it's only fitting that they, since they misspelled Mount Gulag as Mount Golg, they might as well misspell Maliris as Mount Merilith, so, you know, it is what it is. Great fight nonetheless. Merilith's actually a relatively friendly fight. Not too much can go wrong. Not to try to commentate or curse anyone here, but not such a bad fight. Really quick work of Merilith there for HolySmith, and Papa is going to be dropping a Phoenix down on his warrior, healing up, and hopefully catching up on his fight as well. So our runners are really close here. HolySmith gets his cutscene, hops onto the warp, and warps out. Now he's going to be heading southwest as Papa dispatches Merilith like no one's business. HolySmith's going to be dropping his ship here, heading into Elfheim, and he's going to be getting a couple more spells. And then traveling a little bit more. Now, HolySmith's dropping into Melmond here. He's going to be grabbing Healara for his White Mage, which is imperative on the Chaos fight. And he's going to be dropping in here and getting haste for his Black Mage. Or teleport for his Black Mage, rather. Papa's made his way to Elfheim, and he's going to be bopping into the black magic shop for himself. Looks like Papa's actually going to grab Haste and Blizzara. HolySmith makes his way to On-Rack, and he's going to be heading east here and talking to the mermaid, because the mermaids are in trouble. They are actually an endangered species, and she's going to ask you to save the mermaids. And because HolySmith is a gentleman and a scholar, he's going to be hopping into this submersive vehicle here, and he's going to be making his way there to do exactly that. I'm thinking that Papa was still level 18 when he left Citadel of Trials now. And so he's farming some kills here so that he can get a little bit of XP on his mages. Yeah, he's got level 18s on his characters. He left Ice Cave just a little bit early, and then he didn't look like he realized when he got to the fixed dragon encounter at the end of Citadel of Trials. So unfortunately, he's going to lose a little bit of time here trying to level up. There, he's got his level 19, so now he can bounce out of the Cavern on Earth and head back and get his spells. That is one drawback of the magic system in this game, is you really need to know what level you are. Unlike some other games where you can have the spell and learn it at a certain level, this game you can't purchase them until you are a certain. HolySmith doing a little bit of survival vesting, menuing here. And Papa's going to be making his way down to the ground. And Papa's also going to agree to save the mermaids because he's also a human with a real good soul. There's actually a cutscene that plays as you enter this dungeon, but if you mash the cancel and button there, you can just cruise right through. There are a couple unrunnables here. Haven't seen HolySmith getting really hit by any unrunnables yet, unless he hit one while I was looking at Papa's stream, but looks like he's actually had a pretty good traveling through the dungeon. Holy on to the final floor of the dungeon here. He's going to be heading left. Oh, we got an unrunnable here for Papa. He's got some Sahagin Princes and Sahagin Chiefs, and he's going to be dropping some Thundara knowledge on all 9 of them. Payback for all of the Sahagin harassment that he had to withstand early in the run. Papa's now on the top floor here. He's going to be grabbing his Rosetta Stone, and then using some teleports to get the heck out of there. Meanwhile, HolySmith doing a little HP boosts for his characters here, making sure they're all healed up nicely, so that when he heads into the Kraken fight, he's going to have no problem at all. And Kraken is down. Just like that. Really, really nice fight for HolySmith. He's had some pretty nice fights across the entire run so far, really, as far as the boss fight's been concerned. So hopefully he can keep that up. Papa's making his way down to the first floor on the other side here, and he's going to be making his way to the Kraken fight as well. Holy's kind of extended his lead a little bit after that detour that Papa had to take. So we'll see what he can do with it in the rest of the way. Oh, he's going to be making his way up towards the waterfall here, which is kind of a short, like, semi-dungeon. There is a required key story item that we're going to grab there. Meanwhile, Papa's doing his menuing here before he heads into the Kraken fight. He's getting some survival vests on everybody. Hopefully HolySmith can dodge all the FIFA bats in here. They're not as abundant as they are in the Cavern of the Earth, but they can still be a pain. Papa's actually got an unrunnable here that he accidentally tried to flee from, it looks like. So hopefully he realizes and knows that he can... Yep, looks like he's going to make the proper adjustment here and drop some Blizzaras on the water element. Ooh, a cockatrice ambush for HolySmith. Hopefully he doesn't get completely punished by them. So far, so good. Nothing rough yet. And he gets a nice escape there. He's going to be talking to Cube Lord here, get the Warp Cube. That's going to allow him to go to the Flying Fortress. And he's going to be grabbing a little bit of some equipment here so we can get some ribbons on our characters. Meanwhile, Papa's got another water elemental. Clears them out, and now he's going to head up, hopefully, to finally fight his Kraken fight. This last couple bits here for Papa has been pretty brutal. Papa finally gets up to the Kraken fight, so hopefully he has a smooth fight as well. Meanwhile, HolySmith making his way on out of the waterfall, back to his airship. And he's going to be flying and doing a few more things before we can head off to the Chaos Shrine. The Ogre Mage is also one of the unrunnables on the world map here around the on-rack area, so Holy had to deal with that. Now he can get on his airship, and he's going to head back to Melmond with his Rosetta Stone in hand. There's a bunch of people that they all literally look like future Trunks in Melmond. Like, except for this guy that looks like Edward from FF4, literally every other NPC just looks like future Trunks. I am positive. So we show him the Rosetta Stone, and now we can all speak Lufenian. And now HolySmith's going to be warping on out of here with his teleport magic, as Papa's getting ready to warp out of the Sunken Shrine and head up to Waterfall. This is one of the longest walks that we have to do. I think the longest we have to do after we're getting the airship. Yeah, you kind of have to park the airship quite a distance away from our destination because there's nowhere else around here, unfortunately. A Minotaur zombie, he's going to take care of with some fire here. Me as well. Papa is getting ambushed by some nightmares. A name that is very fitting of what has just happened. But he gets to flee here, and he's going to make his way toward Buzzword Warp Cube. Another Minotaur zombie for HolySmith. Some Wolves of Winterfell for HolySmith, but he's going to make it out and head into Lufenia. Some of you can get trolled by these NPCs. They also are kind of like the FIFA bats in the Cavern of the Earth. She's just telling us about the Mirage Tower, gives us the chime, and now he's going to teleport out with the black magic and make his way toward the Mirage Tower in the desert to the west. Meanwhile, Papa here is doing some equipping glitching himself. He's going to drop some ribbons on his party. Always making his way back to his airship. This is actually one of the shortest flights in the entire run, while Papa is making his way to the airship so that he can head back to Melmond with his Rosetta Stone. So a little bit to the left, a little bit right there, and now he's just going to walk west and then walk into the Mirage Tower with the Warp Cube in hand. Hellhounds are runnable in the Mirage Tower, which is nice for HolySmith, as Papa's dropping his Rosetta Stone off on to Eduardo here. Papa's bouncing out of Melmond. Now he's going to head up and follow in the footsteps that we just saw HolySmith take recently. Holy's trying to get up to the top floor of the Mirage Tower, and these encounters are just relentless right now. Lots of Chimeras, lots of Hellhounds. Finally gets to that third floor. Now he's going to make his way around to the fixed encounter here, where he's going to have to kill some blue dragons, or just one blue dragon, it looks like. And Papa's heading into Lufenia down south. Holy uses this warp cube to make it up to the Flying Fortress. I know you guys are all excited for the third war mech of the marathon, the tournament. Papa had a pretty good overworld on the way to Lufenia, so he actually made up a decent amount of time there. Papa taking care of his Minotaur zombie here. Getting a preemptive over here on HolySmith. Air elementals are actually runnable, which is one of the few elementals that are runnable in the dungeons, actually. HolySmith's stream blacked out, so I can only assume that means Warmech has not only shown up, but it's actually broken his PSP. Oh, and he's got a massive Mind Flayer encounter here. This can be pretty rough. Looks like he's going to try to use the Judgment Staff and get out of this here. The Mind Flayer ambush can be really brutal. I had it happen to me in one of my tournament races, except for I was hit with paralysis on all 4 characters. But he makes it out all right, heads into the Tiamat fight. Get up on the Tiamat's back. Papa making his way around the Mirage Tower, so not too far behind now. Made up a little bit of ground here. Encounters like the one we just saw are what make this total chaos. The encounters are entirely random in this. There's a really heavy element of getting hit by ambushes and encounters that can put a damper on your progression. And there's also bosses that can do massive amounts of damage on our entire party throughout the run. Yeah, a really nice Tiamat fight there. White Mage actually survived with a solid 3 HP. Papa heading up, making his way around. He's going to get his blue dragon fight here. Just give it a little hit with the, the sword there. A little snippety snip. Doop, doop, just like that. Doop, 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 doop. And HolySmith gets his wind crystal, and he is going to be making his way down to the Shrine of Chaos. And HolySmith teleports on out. He's going to be heading back over to his area. Yeah, making his way downtown, walking fast. And he's Chaos Shrine bound. Flies south just to Matoya's cave. He's going to park his ship here. Oh, gets that nice one-step encounter that everyone loves to get before heading into the Chaos Shrine. Got to get those encounters out of the way now so he doesn't get them in the basement, obviously. It's some fantastic RNG manipulation strategy that this game lets you. Papa on the top floor, 5th floor here. Top dogging it. On the Skyway, gets a nice black flan. Running, and gets to his Tiamat fight. Hopefully he has a good one as well. Ooh, really nice damage there on Tiamat from his Thief and Knight. Some nice unrunnable purple worms to kick off Chaos Shrine over here for HolySmith, because that's exactly what we wanted to see. Kappa. And Tiamat gets taken down over here by Papa. Nice fight from him. Chaos Shrine 2, 2nd floor. The first time is, you know, the best screen in the entire shrine. It's like impossible to get lost. And he's going to be making his way up here, up to the top here. Get a nice forced encounter with our favorite friend, the Death Eye, who's like the big brother of the Evil Eye. Being evil just wasn't enough for the Chaos Shrine version, so it, you know, the Death Eye had to be a little more melodramatic in his name. And now he's going to be playing the lute like an absolute legend. His way downtown. Alright, back on the 2nd floor now. He's going to be going a little bit differently here. As Papa's hopping in his airship, he's going to be going southwest, past Matoya's cave, all the way down downtown to the ground in the Chaos Shrine. HolySmith gets to the next floor here. He looks like he's going to be taking a little safety save here. You can get completely obliterated by white dragon ambushes here, but hopefully it doesn't happen to either of our runners. Oh no! I did it, guys! I did it! I'm so sorry, Holy! Oh no! I did that thing where I talk! Oh, whew! Whew! Oh my goodness, dude. Seto Kaiba dropped all 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons on him. Yeah, I know. I should just never say it. I shouldn't say anything anymore. Earth Medusa ambushes. Not particularly great because of this gaze animation here. It can take quite a long time and petrify the party members. And Papa's got a purple worm of his own that he's going to have to attack. Some more Earth Medusas, but fortunately this one is not an ambush, so not so bad as far as the time goes. Pretty small ambush here for Papa's, as Holy is going to take a save here on Lich 2. Lich 2 is kind of an obnoxious fight, unfortunately. So hopefully it goes well for him. In fact, I know it's going to go well for him. I'm going to summon a fantastic Lich 2 fight for our boy, HolySmith. Papa having a little bit of trouble getting away from the Dark Wizard here, but he gets away pretty swiftly. Look at that. Look at that. Lich was such a bro. I will take most of the credit for that fight. Meanwhile, Papa's getting some green dragons he's going to have to dispatch here. Ooh, taking a nasty hit on his black mage. That is trouble. Oh, no, 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 no. Hang on, white mage! Hang on! Hang on! No! Ah, he reset as soon as he saw the poison gas. He was going to have to hope for 3 physical attacks and then for his white mage to go next. Unfortunately, that is Papa's rip, which is going to put a dent in his run here, unfortunately. He's still on a very, very, very good run. So hopefully he can have a nice, smooth second attempt at this part of the Chaos Shrine. Meanwhile, Holy takes out Merilith 2. Merilith is a relatively friendly fight most of the time. But Papa's trucking along, and he is going to catch up here, no problems at all. HolySmith here is making his way to the Kraken fight. He needs to drop some ethers on his white mage so that he can use Healara. He's going to fill up his black mage while he's at it, looks like. Gets that one-step water elemental immediately after his menu, because of course. Then he's going to be heading into the Kraken fight here. Hopefully he's got a good one. Really nice Kraken fight there. Really, really nice damage rolls from the Thief after the haste. And Papa's got some white dragons of his own. Some HolySmith dragons coming for him. Ooh, he's going to get hit with some ice storms here. Hopefully his black mage can save the day. As HolySmith heads in his Tiamat 2 fight. Poised and ready to take him on. Gets a Thunderbolt. Fortunately, on Tiamat 2, it's not nearly as awful as it can be on the first fight. Nice. Papa gets out of that white dragon's Garbaggio that he got hit with and dodges another nice bullet there as HolySmith takes down Tiamat and is going to take his way uptown. He's going uptown, dude. Uptown Funk on this one. All the way to the top. Where he's searching for our boy Chaos. I'm just kidding. He's going down. He's headed downtown to the ground. Making his way downtown. I'm not backing down on this one, guys. He's going to heal all of his party members. Drop some ethers on his mages. And he's going to do one final equipment glitching. Before he probably takes a safety save, I imagine. He's been pretty good about taking them this run, so... Knowing that he has a little bit of a lead, he might opt to do so here just in case Chaos goes awry. Meanwhile, the Earth Medusas are trolling Papa. They both kind of got trolled by the Earth Medusas this run a little bit, unfortunately. And Garland here is about to just shapeshift. And Chaos comes out in full form as Papa's taking on Lich here. Gets a nice crit. And the Chaos fight here, he's going to be doing a little bit of things there. He's going to be dropping a Giant Tonic on his Black Mage. He could opt to drop one on the Thief as well, but it looks like he's just going to go with the 269, and you know, he knows that this is a pretty good HP level for his Thief, and he's just going to go for it. Or I guess Ninja. No, he's no longer a Thief. I'm sorry. He doesn't stoop to the level of petty crimes anymore. He's a ninja. He just lurks in the shadows now. He's evolved in his cunning. So he's gonna be dropping haste with his black mage here. He did one on the thief already, and now he's gonna be dropping one on the Night Warrior. A thief becomes a ninja whenever he stops stealing all of the time and, you know, starts attacking, I guess. Oh, his white mage goes down. This is actually problematic. The white mage getting crit is one of the worst things that can happen on this fight. We'll see if Holy's able to, you know, fix this. Looks like he's just going to reset and start the fight over here. It was pretty early in the fight and, you know, not something you want to deal with. Despite the Giant's Tonics, the white mage getting one-shotted like that is really, really difficult to fix. It's like one of the few things that is genuinely, like, really, really, really wrench in the fight. So we're going with round 2 here. He's going to be dropping his Giant's Tonics on the Black Mage. And it looks like he's going to drop one on the Ninja this time. Don't think he wants to lose another Chaos fight here this late into the run, obviously. And with a bit of a lead that he's got as Papa's making his way downtown to the Kraken fight. Nice unrunnable water elemental here. Unfortunately, he's gonna drop some. Gonna drop a judgment staff on here and wipe them out. Garland is a very cool dude. Pretty cool is a criminal understatement of how cool Garland is. It's like saying this tournament is like the sort of Chaos tournament when we all know it's the total Chaos tournament. It is wicked awesome Chaos. Clearly. So now he's got his haste on all 3 party members here. His white mage is going to be dropping a Hilara here after the Cyclone. And should be able to make his way to just spamming some attacks the rest of the fight with all 3 of his members and Hilara with his white mage. This attack is actually really, really long. I don't know what it's called in English, actually. Whirlwind? Tornado? It's a really, really long animation, though. White Mage is just getting punked in this fight for HolySmith. Fortunately, used that healing staff and got a little bit of extra HP from the Black Mage and actually may have helped out. After this Hilara, everyone should be at solid HP for the rest of the fight, though. And he's going to be attacking with the Black Mage. Getting a nice earthquake there. Misses the party. Meanwhile, Papa's taking out Tiamat here. And Chaos is down with an official SRL time of 1:34:59 for HolySmith. So give it up for him. Drop your GGs in the chat. Really well played. A little bit of trolliness there at the very end with the Chaos fight. But otherwise, a really, really solid run from Holy from start to finish. Papa's doing his final menu here before he runs into his Chaos fight. So we were just one Chaos fight away from one another in this run. So actually a pretty solid race from start to finish. Well, he started to pull away there about an hour or so in and had a little bit of a lead, but then Papa started to pull it back quite a bit, and then especially after that chaos fight was really close. Chaos fight, but otherwise a really solid run from Holy from start to finish. Papa's doing his final menu here before he runs into his chaos fight. So we were just one chaos fight away from one another in this run. So actually a pretty solid race from start to finish. Looks like we got Holy up in here for a bit. He started to pull away there about an hour or so in and had a little bit of a lead, but then hello. Papa started to pull it back quite a bit, and then especially after that
White Dragon
fight was really close. Oh yeah, of course. We're talking in chat about renaming it from the Double Dragon to the Holy Dragon.
Just funny to see that. I mean, I got more than 4.
Looks like we got Holy up in here for a bit.
I have to save it everywhere now, just in case. So,
yeah, absolutely. It's never bad to take a save.
Last 4 race, I got 4 ambush White Dragon.
Papa's getting his haste set up here for his chaos fight. We're talking in chat about renaming it from the double. Have a pretty smooth fight there. Holy, he's got a little bit unlucky there on that white mage hit in your first fight, and really early in the fight. So it looked like a pretty smart move to just call it and take the reset and then set up for your second attempt there.
I have to save it everywhere now.
Just got a little bit
just
unlucky.
In case. Yeah,
absolutely. It's never bad to
my
take
white mage today 3 times. So no, I don't think
Papa's getting his haste set up here for
mage.
his chaos fight, so hopefully he can have a pretty. It looked like it went really smooth the second time. Fortunately, saw that you were using the healing staff with your black mage on a couple of turns just to make sure that it was going to work out too, so that helped out. It looked like on a couple of turns for your white mage.
Yeah, when I see someone in below 250, I use the healing staff to help for the healing. Just hope he go first. That chaos, but that's fine.
Yeah, sometimes the turn order can really throw your fight off quite a bit, especially in that fight, depending on who goes first. Oh, so Papa's getting hit with a Cyclone here, which I mentioned earlier is quite a long animation. I think it's the longest of all of his attack animations. The characters kind of get flopped and then have to regain their composure here. But he's got solid HP on all of his characters and looks like he should be finishing up here in another round or two. And GG's to Papa here. SRL time of a 1:38.58. Really nice run for Papa. So give him up some GG's here in chat, everybody. Thank you. Did you have anything else you wanted to say about the run before we take off here, Holy? Congrats on the win, by the way. Really nice run.
Yeah, it was bad RNG at the start, but that becomes smoother at the end. The White Dragon summon. When we have a ribbon, I see I get paralyzed with a magic spell. On the speed gaming, I was lagging. I was lagging, so we didn't see that.
Was that an ambush that you got the paralyzes from the mind flayers?
Yeah, that was an ambush, and I was like,
that's what I figured.
Ribbon doesn't protect from a paralyzed.
Yeah, they can just spam the paralysis on your whole party. It can be a real big problem. So at least you had one person left. You had your white mage left to save the day there.
The white mage is the MVP.
Yeah, MVP, exactly. All right, well, thanks everybody for watching. Make sure you guys drop some follows for HolySmith and Papa. They're going to be HolySmith's going to be taking another win in his poll, and we got a couple more races coming up this week and weekend. So hopefully you guys can check that out if you got time.
So thanks for the commentary too.
Yeah, absolutely, not a problem at all. Looks like tomorrow we've got 3 races currently scheduled. One at 3, 7, and 9 p.m. Eastern time. One of those races is going to be Holy again. He's going to be back here tomorrow, taking on Kibetha.
And
so good luck on your race.
Yeah, and I race green after that.
Oh, you're also racing green cleric after that. Yeah, so Holy's got another double header tomorrow. So make sure to be back at the same times tomorrow for 7 and 9. All right, well, hey, Holy, congrats again. Have a fantastic night, and good luck on your races tomorrow.
Thanks.
Of course. All right, have a good night, everybody.